you guys do anything on the regulatory or compliance side? I know a lot of this post-settlement stuff, there's compliance aspects to this. You got to
Absolutely.
report in the US to FERC and things like that, but talk
Yeah,
about any
absolutely.
solutions
So
there.
regulatory reporting is one of the services. So when we started out, my belief in starting a company is you stay focused, you have limited features, and you meet a very specific problem. And we did that fairly quickly. Within the first year, we productized, had customers live on our platform. And then they said, well, hey, we've got these other vendors that do different things, regulatory reporting, confirmations, and other things like that. And we don't want to have a multi-vendor environment. And I never want to go into a space where I have to go head to head with someone. That doesn't seem like an ideal use of capital to go do that and resource. And so regulatory reporting was coming up. There's changes if it takes place. And so what we do is we partner, we have some fundamental built into our platform, and then we partner with some of the brands. So, if I need to do US regulatory reporting, I want to make sure I have a leading partner there. Just like with ETRM vendors, what we've also found is I need to be agnostic to who I partner with and be open, because no two companies are the same. Every energy trader, especially here in Houston, thinks they're special, or perhaps they are special, but they have a unique nuance of process and through acquisition and growth or whatever, multiple vendors involved. So a lot of times, if I dictate what they have to do, that won't go well. And so we support multiple regulatory reporting, and that's one of the three legs of the stool, basically, in post-trade that you have, right? So it's settlement. That's important for everybody. They want to do that. We covered that in the beginning. That's where we fundamentally started, whether it's broker settlement, whether it's settlement for your trades, like you talked about, getting 3 parties or 2 parties settled. Then it's regulatory reporting, because I have reporting obligations, what's legal, what's there. So that ties into it. And confirmations tie into it. And then one of the other elements that we've added as well is things like dynamic discounting. This is pretty cool. What we ended up saying is, look, if we have all this stuff in place, and it's kind of like with your smartphone, when you started out with a smartphone, it was just a phone. You didn't know you're going to pay for your parking and buy movie tickets, order your food, and do everything else with the thing, right? It was a phone. And eventually killer apps came along the way. Well, I think in post-trade, besides being straight through processing, which everybody wants because it's more efficient and less error prone, finance angle of post-trade has become important as well, because, like I said, you can choose to close the settlement period closer, but not everybody wants to do that. Some of these folks will buy gas and only buy gas. And in that situation, they're not incented to pay you any quicker because they like having the float. And so there's some post-trade settlement that we can do. For example, today you could say, hey, you know what, Max, if you want to close with me today, I'll give you a 1/4 point discount. And you can agree to me outside of the standard of contract. We can just do it in software and agree that if that's available, I'll offer it to you, and you can take that or not take that. And then in the future, what you'll see additional financing opportunities where you might say, hey, even though it's not like trade finance on the front end, I just want to have my liquidity today. Hey, can Fidectis help me get there? And the answer to both of those is yes as well. And so you can see the evolution of killer apps coming based on having the digital infrastructure in place.
Yeah, that's a good point.